It is not death that a man should fear, but rather he should fear never beginning to live. Marcus Aurelius. Statistically, very few people are remembered, so don't sweat being forgotten. What you should fear is not making the most of the life you do have. Stoicism, which Aurelius practiced and inevitably pioneered, has helped me with this fear immensely. Living each day to the best of your ability, as if it will be your last, helps you to make the most of your circumstances and live without regrets. Makes the idea of passing on very bearable. Sometimes I wake up in the middle of the night or early morning with this same intense thought and it shakes me to my core for some reason. Any other time I think about it, it doesn't bother me. But that split second, when I wake up thinking holy yes **** this will end one day really gets to me. I guess just use it as motivation to live the best life you can while you're here and don't take things too seriously. It can be a freeing thought if you look at it that way. This happens to me quite a bit as well. What I do to cope is try to live in the moment and enjoy everything. Research technology and science that are dedicated to living longer and anti-aging. I find when I do that it gives me hope, which is how I picture religion helping people deal with death as well. Also, since I have been having these thoughts, it gave me the incentive to start being healthier and try to live as long as possible. I wish I knew, man. I nearly have a panic attack about it at least once a day. Not just about me, but my family and friends as well. That fear has held me back a lot in life. Same here. Honestly, it makes me miss religion. I was raised believing in reincarnation and had zero fear of death back then, like it's not a big deal at all if you just get to come back. Then I got older and realized religion is probably just all made up, and now I panic about death daily. Would it be better if you weren't forgotten? If so, why? What difference does it make to you if you're dead? Also, in terms of the scale of the universe, humanity will only be a blip from beginning to extinction. Humanity will not exist forever, so any legacy you leave doesn't really matter. Just enjoy life and help others enjoy this as well. Become a serial killer. No one forgets those slashes. No one goes anywhere, dude. Your atoms were forged by fusion in stars, spend aeons in time and space. We are breathed and eaten by dinosaurs, and one day will be on the other day of the universe. Thermodynamics. Energy can neither created nor destroyed, and matter is made out of energy and you are made out of matter. None of us are ever truly gone. We are afraid of dying because we are afraid of life ending. We are afraid of life ending because we still have a lot we want to do in life. Death becomes a lot easier to accept once you live your life to the fullest extent possible. So go out and do just that. Beautifully said. Live the F*** out of life. That's how, God willing, you get old and live a long life. You won't be saying I wish I spent more time and energy worrying about death. Ironically, I don't care about dying, but I'm far too anxious and scared to do the things I've always wanted to do. How can you fear something that can only exist when you don't, and you can only exist when it doesn't? I tell myself I can only control what I can control. It really helps with all of the unknowns in life. I might die today, or next week, or in 50 years. All I can do is take care of myself, not put myself in danger, and mitigate risks as well as I can. Whatever happens, happens. Start looking forward to it. I'm dying to find out what happens after we die. Till then I'll live life to the fullest, but man, I'm eager to find out what happens afterwards. Also ATM, I hate my life. I'm dying to find out what happens after we die. Literally. You have been dead for billions of years before you were alive. What difference did it make then? I see this every now and then in threads like these, and it makes zero sense. To have life taken away from you after you became alive and experienced it and have loved ones, all that is not the same as not existing in the first place. Frankly, I've never been afraid of death. We are only animals, and all animals die. That's why we have to make every second on this place worth it. What bothers me is not death itself, but the knowledge that I will have to struggle and scrape my way through life to reach that end. I won't get to see the world or experience many things. I will make the most of what I can do, but I know I'll die pissed off that all my existence achieved was to toil in a system where the rich get richer and the poor suffer. Like, how is it fair that if my bank account gets overdrawn by a matter of pennies I can't do shit, but a rich person who goes billions into debt can still keep living the high life on credit and good grace? Well, that is the inevitability of life and everything in the universe, that it would all just end one day. Best to not focus too much about it and enjoy your life while you can, with the people that matters. Exactly. We have no control over the cycle of life or the universe itself, so it's best to focus on the stuff we can affect around us and try to enjoy our lives. YouTube Alan Watts, his talks are kinda slow, but give you an amazing perspective. See it as a positive. No matter what you struggle with, it will all go away eventually. Nothing lasts forever, the good and the bad. Appreciate the good, create more good, and nod your head to the bad as it passes by. As someone who has longed for death, let me tell you, the one thing that kept me here in my darkest hours is the knowledge that I wouldn't be forgotten soon enough. My family would remember me, my friends would, my colleagues would, and it would have caused so much pain. Also, I still didn't forget my 2 grandmas, even though they are gone for a long time. But I will remember them forever because they were central to my life. Nobody is ever truly forgotten by the few that matter. Well, technically those people aren't forgotten for now, but a few generations from now, they will be. Nobody is remembered forever, so Op's point is pretty valid. Hey man, I've been here. Have a listen to Alan Watts on death, YouTube. You'll have to sift through the bullshit to find one without the music behind it, but he's imparted some excellent wisdom on this subject that really helped me. He also has a great book called The Age of Anxiety. There's also podcasts, for instance Being in the Way, which don't have the stupid music. I took Lexapro. Helped calm my asterisk down. You were dead for all the years before you were born, yet you don't seem bothered much by that. Living life to the fullest. I heard about some research that when we die, our brain replays the life that we have. So my first thought was, I gotta live a great life to be able to watch a great movie. Besides, I don't fear death. I fear being near to death and all I feel is regret. I gotta live a great life to be able to watch a great movie. I love this so much. Having a full ego death trip on mushrooms will show you real quick that you don't matter. Humility and gratitude are 2 very vital pieces of the building blocks of being a much better person. I value others' lives infinitely more valuable than my own, generally. And I think, while it does me detriment sometimes, I'm a much better man for it. Ego death is real. Losing just who you are entirely was and is the scariest and most beneficial moments of self-reflection I've ever had. I'll never touch them again, but seriously was worth it. Those golden teachers had a lesson plan in store for me that day. I was never afraid of death, more like what's next, but after a couple of life or death experiences, more like I'm not going to be scared to live my life and enjoy it. You are never more alive, as when you are almost dying. Never been afraid. I'll die eventually and that'll be it. I'm religious, so I believe I'll continue to live forever, but it doesn't really matter. I'll cross that bridge when I get there. Death is inevitable, and like every other fear, one just needs to accept it and choose to not let it have power over you. I'm more scared of roaches than I'm of death. I have more nightmares of roaches jumping and flying at me than I do of dying. You gotta live life for you and the people around you, not people 200 years from now. Most of us will be forgotten. Do you worry about people from the 1800s lives? No, it's ridiculous. They worried about their lives. Enjoy the ride, man. It's really that simple. I was dead long before I was alive, and I did not find it to be the slightest inconvenience. The thought of death actually calms me down when I have anxiety. I remind myself that I can die just anytime, and nothing of this will matter then. If you have offspring, they'll carry on your genetic material. If you believe in genetic memory, a part of you will exist for generations to come. I on the other hand look forward to it. Death is just like sleeping, just the waking up part is lacking perfection.